Welcome back. I'm almost done with all the training sessions. So I hope you enjoyed all the training sessions. Now in this session, I'll try and summarize whatever we have discussed and what are the important points an agent must do to be successful. See, I'm sure you are here, you are undergoing this training. So you have an objective in mind that yes, you want to do a lot of business, make a lot of money, and this will happen if you do right things in the right time and have the right frame of mind. See, as a real estate agent, the job is actually it is quite simple, but it's not easy. Like you need to have that right frame of mind to be successful. This is what I'll try and help you. It's just that whatever is summarized here in this session, go through multiple times the same training, the same session, and get these points registered in your mind. So when you're working, make sure that you follow all these points. Now, the first point is specialize in one or two areas. I would suggest one area. See, Dubai has multiple freehold areas. So, like many times I've seen somebody who is starting thinks that he can work in the whole of Dubai. That's kind of impossible. Dubai is quite big. It is very difficult for agent to become an expert of multiple areas. Okay, maybe in the long run, yes, you will get an idea of all the areas, average pricing, average type of units, etc. But in the beginning, pick one or two areas. And how do we pick one or two areas? Let's stick to one area. How do you pick that area? There is another video where I have just spoken about the points you need to keep in mind when selecting the area. So when you are starting, select an area, which area you want to work. It could be Dubai Marina, downtown, Business Bay, Motor City, Fujan, JVC, etc., etc. But just pick one area. See, I know agents who work in few towers, not even one area, because it's not easy to handle like multiple buildings or multiple projects. So depending on your capacity, or maybe you can start off with few and then expand. Lot of agents, especially new agents, make this error. They think that, oh, I can work in Business Bay, I can work in Motor City, I can work in Marina, JLT, I can work everywhere. It looks like easy, but that is almost kind of impossible. Then, once you have decided on the area, gain thorough knowledge about the area, projects, and the properties. See, this is what is knowledge broker. Actually, as a matter of fact, once you go through all these, you have to spend probably 2-3 weeks or a month on just becoming a knowledge broker. So you must know everything about the area and different projects in that area and the properties, and try and prepare a manual of that area. When I say manual, it is all the information about the area, different types of properties, pricing, rental, etc. You can prepare either a soft copy or a hard copy, something like this. Like this manual is for springs, meadows, and lakes. Maps, floor plans of all different types are mentioned here. And if you open up the manual, it gives all the information about springs, various types of properties, what is the market rent, what is the market price, etc. So if you are comfortable having a soft copy, that's perfectly okay. If you feel comfortable having a hard copy, prepare a manual, something like that. I'm old school, so I always go with hard copies. And then take pictures of standard layouts. Like, for example, springs. They have 8 types of villas. So it is better to take pictures and layout of all those 8 types. See, many times what happens when you get a listing, it may not be possible to get the photographs. So then you can use these standard pictures because they are all kind of same. So take pictures and have standard layouts ready for property listings. Then create social media accounts as an agent. You may be having your personal social media. Like, it's okay to combine that into your professional social media account. It's again personal decision. If you want to have a separate account for as an agent, you can do that. But make sure that you have social media accounts like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., where you will only be talking and mentioning about you being an agent and what you do as an agent, and probably your properties and the video of properties you have for sale or rent. So it has to be all about talking about yourself and your profession. So make sure that you have those accounts. Now, weekly post on all your social media accounts. Now here, do not just post about the property advertisements. See, when you have an account, it is better to provide a lot of information to the residents or owners of that area. Like, for example, if it is, let's say, Jumeirah Park, and you're working in Jumeirah Park, so you will create social media accounts as a real estate agent or as a neighborhood agent of Jumeirah Park, and then start posting information about Jumeirah Park. It could be the number of transactions, volume of transactions, price trend. Try to make it as informative as possible. If there is anything new coming up in Jumeirah Park, any new roads, new supermarket, new shop, or whatever. So it is important that you provide information on those social media platforms. And then when people will start following you, and then these accounts request to the residents and owners to follow you on social media for all informative information. And then in between, maybe you can post few property listings, but make these accounts of like a lot of information about that area must be given. So people are looking forward to get the information. So this is very important. Do not post just the properties. It's not just for the business. It is indirect business. So you are creating a brand for yourself in that area. So when people have any business, then they will contact you. Now save all owners on your phone book. So every area, you will have the owners list. Try and save it on the on your phone. So if you want to send any WhatsApp message to them, again, please do not spam. All right, we want to provide only informative information to residents and property owners. So no spamming. If you have it on your phone, it becomes easy. Then send email and WhatsApp of all social media posts to all the owners and residents. Try and see if you can increase the number of followers to your social media account. This is when you will be a real specialized agent. Survey the area on regular basis. See, when you are living in an area, when you are working in an area, you are a neighborhood agent. So you must be visiting the area every single day. And then you should know which properties are getting vacant. If a property is getting vacant, try and get in touch with the owner, because it will be either for sale or rent. If he's moving in, that's a different case. And this is our business. So you have to be surveying the area on a daily basis. At least spend, let's say, 1 hour in the area, meeting security guards or visiting the community place, like community pool and park, and just going around, because then you will start interacting with people. So surveying the area on a regular basis is critical for our business. And then when you see that there is a property which is getting vacant, then immediately try and get in touch with the owner and try and get the listing. Then list the property on all portals. So when you get the listing, you will enter all the information in CRM system and immediately post it on all portals. Okay, do not delay, or like normally I would say the property listing, as soon as you get the listing, within 24 hours it should become live. We have back office, they can help you with that, or it's quite easy. It's just you enter information in CRM and post it to portals. It's simple, but you need to be proactive and super active there. Then make sure, see, in any listing, there are three main factors to stand out from your competitors. One is every listing must have at least 10 pictures and a short video. Make sure that this is there, because then your listings will be on top. So at least 10 pictures, could be 15 or 20, but minimum is 10, and then a short video of the property. Good title. Title deed is something which comes on the top of your property listing. A good and informative title. See, when you go through the portals, you will get a good idea. Look at what the others are mentioning in the title. Learn from it. So a good title and a good description. In description, try and point out all the good features of a property. So you as an agent must do this, because see, again, there may be hundreds of listings on portals. So how will your listing stand out? Because of these three things. Of course, a lot of professional agents are doing same thing, but then you need to be among those top agents. So these three are very important when it comes to listing. Then remove the listings which are not available anymore, because otherwise you are wasting the resources. Maintain a list of buyers. See, when you get a buyer, when you start, I think you will start with all the contacts of your phone book, like prospective clients. And then every time you have a listing, you will start getting the buyers. And when you start getting the buyers, save them. Every time you get a buyer, save them. Have some prefix or suffix when you are saving. So that list gets maintained. You can maintain it in Excel as well. But make sure that you have all the buyers. See, what will happen over a period of 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, as the time passes, these number of buyers will keep increasing. And then when you have a list, it helps you. How does it help? When you get the listing, you circulate it to all your buyers, because they haven't bought the property. So when you circulate, the chances of closing becomes high. So you are advertising and not just waiting for the new buyers, but you are also sharing it with existing buyers. So unless you maintain the Excel sheet or CRM or on phone book, you won't be able to achieve this. So this is very important. Maintain the list of all buyers. Over a period of few years, you will see that you will have probably 1,000, 2,000 buyers or investors, and then the business becomes easy. Then forward every sales listing to these existing buyers. This is what I said. Once you have the list, when you get the listing, you can share it with all your buyers. For viewings, make sure you are personally present. This is very, very important. It's a very bad habit among a lot of agents. What they do is they are lazy in going for the viewing. They keep the property open, or inform the tenant or inform the owner that there is a viewing, and then the buyer will come. Okay, it's a very bad habit. You must always be there when you are showing the property. See, what happens when you are there? One is you develop a personal rapport with the client. You can answer all the queries the client may have. You can talk about all good features of a property. But if you're not there, then all this will miss. See, that personal touch is important. Again, property is a big decision. It's not that without viewing or without seeing somebody will buy. It is highly unlikely. So when you are there, you will develop that rapport. So this accompanied viewing is again crucial. Offer off-plan properties to your database, quick in, quick out. Let's say I'm assuming that you are an agent of a secondary market. Now you will start developing your database. But whenever there is a launch, of a good project by leading developer, whether it is Emma, Nakhil, Dubai Properties, Tamak, etc. Whenever there is a launch, okay, we have a primary market division. They will share a leaflet of that launch within the company. So what you have to do is just forward this leaflet to all your waiting buyers or the list you have created of buyers or investors. Just circulate it. So this is quick in, quick out. When there is a launch, again, of course, it depends on how the market is. Currently, every launch is getting sold in hours. So if you want to take a share of that, it is very difficult that, okay, you start advertising and then wait for buyers and all. Because by that time, the launch will happen and then the units get sold. I'm talking about good projects. So whenever there is a launch, just send out information to the whole of your database. And then maybe somebody will reply and asking for more information. Then that client becomes your prospective buyer. And then start working on it. So this is quick in, quick out. Everything will happen probably in few days. The project will get sold and you may be able to sell something. And the commissions are quite high. So you should always promote. You don't have to really work on it if you're a secondary market agent. But then always remember to send out these leaflets. Then keep a track of actual transactions in your area. You must know as an agent, like for example, if you're dealing in JLT, how many transactions every month are taking place, especially when it comes to sales. We have a subscription with Property Monitor. Just log in and you will understand that. When you keep a track of the number of transactions, again, you will also understand about the volume of business happening. You will know the average market price. So keep a track of, I think probably weekly you can keep a track and monthly you can generate the report. And then number of listings. Every day you must go to the portals and see how many new listings have come in your area. And if you can identify which property, by looking at the advertisement, if you can identify which property has come out in the market or is the new listing, then it becomes easy. Then you can contact the owner and try and get the listing. So always keep a track of total number of listings and new listings which are coming every day. And price trend. How is the price trend in your area? Like whether the prices are increasing, decreasing, stable, if increasing or decreasing, by what percentage, and what happened in last, let's say 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. So this will give you a lot of edge when compared to other agents who do not work on this. I think this not many agents do. At Blue Chip, most of our agents do, but this is very important. So you must know about all these. And then talk client's language. Okay, now we have something to do with behavior of an agent. When I say talk client's language, see, when you are interacting with a client, you will know what clients like and what they don't like. So talk in such a way that they like what you're saying. Like this is a very smart way of interacting with clients. So try and talk in a language or subjects which they prefer to hear. Of course, it has to be realistic. It cannot be unrealistic. And if there is something which they don't like, but still it's a fact and you want to pass on the message, pass it on in a positive manner. Then, like, okay, client's language. See, every property owner, they feel that their property is the best. It's like a child. Every parent thinks that their child is the best. It is exactly same. So when you're talking to a property owner, try and appreciate the property. Try and tell good things about the property. They will like it. This is what I mean when I say talk client's language. This, immediately they'll get impressed and they will love to deal with you. And this is what we need. Maintain a healthy relationship with your colleagues and your area agents. Many times it will happen that you have a buyer or you have a seller. all right, and you need to deal with your colleagues and other agents. Maintain a very healthy relationship. Be very positive. Right? It doesn't matter even if you have to share commission, but closing is what is important. So when you have a good relation with your colleagues or your area agents, then you will see that the amount of business you do will increase. So maintain a very healthy relationship. Then thorough knowledge of rental and sales process. Again, we have already discussed about sales and rental process. Have a thorough knowledge. Okay, you may not be actually doing all the documentation, but you should know the whole process. Documentation can be done by back office. Sales progression, convincing, done by back office. So your focus is only on closing. But you must know the thorough process, whether it is sales or rental. Then make a brand of yourself and company in your area. When I say brand of yourself, all the property owners and residents ideally must know you by name, and they must know that yes, he is an agent who will get the job done. How do you create that brand? Make a nice bio, provide a lot of information to owners and residents. Then over a period of time, you will see that you will get that name. I have seen many agents in different areas. They really have a good name and people love and like to deal with them. So the same thing you need to get there, right? It will take time, but then on a regular basis, if you're doing the right things, you will get there. And then over a few months or a couple of years, you will see that business will start coming because everybody knows you. So make that brand of yourself and the company. I remember one of the agent, I think long time back, when JBR was new, there was a specialized agent. He created a brand for himself. He used to say, think JBR, think Raj. I still remember that. It's quite a long time. So he used to do a lot of business. And then he created that brand in JBR. Just his slogan was, think JBR, think Raj. Something like that. So make sure that people know you and recognize you. Situation handling. Every transaction is different. Every transaction will come up with its new challenges. Expect the unexpected and be ready to handle that. This is again quite critical. So you must know how to address or handle any situation which arises. Like even though we have been in business for long, still we do come across new challenges. It's just that we have a mindset. I think when I say we, most of our agents have that mindset that, okay, if this situation comes or if this challenge comes up in a transaction and how to handle that. So be prepared for unexpected events and then you will see that you will flourish. Then do not be afraid of small investments. It is your business and time is very critical. I have seen this. I think there's a lot of people who do mistakes, especially when they come from a job. See, this is a business. Thankfully, there is no huge investment required. Even though it is a business, there is no investment. But what you are investing is time. Now, small investments, like for example, buying a database of owners, right? Cost little money, but people hesitate. I don't know why. Maybe 200, 300 dirham. Or if you have to take a Virgin package, mobile package, cost about 150 dirham per month. So these are very small investments. So don't wait that, okay, I will do it in future. No, because time is critical. Time is money. For us, what we are investing is all time. So you must do these small investment as and when required. See, remember, again, you're not doing a job. You're investing time, you want returns quickly. So think in a way that, for example, if it takes, let's say, 6 months time to start generating the commission or getting those checks, commission checks. Okay, and on an average, like 15-20,000 take home for a normal agent is easy. So if you have delayed that decision and you haven't invested those small amounts like 100, 200, 300 dirham, and if that delays your returns by 3 months, then probably you have lost 50,000 dirham. So think in that way, that time is money, time is critical, and this is what we are investing. So small investments required, go for it. Don't hesitate, because it will all pay off. Like, for example, buying a burger for a security guard cost about 15 dirham, 20 dirham. Buy it, because then they will help you with property listings. I'm just giving few examples. Like, it doesn't cost much, but then it helps like quite a lot. You will be able to close the deals. So this I have seen, I think people come with a mindset that, oh, I don't want to spend even 100, 200, 300 dirham. No, don't have that mindset. When it is required, just invest. Again, thankfully, we don't have huge investment in our business because the whole setup is there. It's just these small investments. Then excellent client services, make your clients as your brand ambassador. So when you provide a good service, irrespective of whether closing happens or not, when you provide good service, then they become like a brand ambassador. There are many agents, many areas. I have seen this, that when somebody is asking for an agent, people immediately give that agent who is good in the area or who has been good to them, they give their name and number. So make your clients or residents or property owners of your area as your brand ambassador. When people start talking positive about you or giving your recommendation to others, then the chances of doing business multiplies. So make your clients as your ambassadors. And then there are certain things which you must avoid as an agent. Let's go through what you must avoid. So do not work unless you qualify the lead. I have already spoken about it. There is a video. After this, there are about 8 videos. Again, they talk about the same thing, but in short. Do not work unless you qualify a lead. See, again, you will have leads, either a buyer, seller, landlord, or a tenant. Do you start working immediately? No, never. I will give my own example. Yesterday it happened. A personal banker, very well-known contact of mine from Mumbai, he called me and he said that he's a private banker. He deals with high net worth individuals. And then he called me and he mentioned that he has a client who will be coming in first week of May and he needs few properties. So can I meet them and show them the properties? And then, see, I have 2 options. Okay, I just thank him and start searching the properties, and when they come, offer it. No, I will not do that way because I don't know what they need. So I asked my friend that can he arrange for a meeting, because I want to meet the real buyer or have a word with him to understand what they need. So he was saying, no, they need ready property, you arrange for it. No, then I insisted, no. Let's not waste anybody's time, because even they are high net worth individuals. It is better not to waste their time. So let me understand. Then he arranges for a conference call. And immediately, because this guy was telling me, my friend, that they need ready property. And as soon as I had a conversation with the client, they said that they need off plan because it gives them the opportunity to pay over a period of time. So immediately, like, even he realized that it would be silly for me to work without knowing the requirement, without qualifying the client. So now I'm working on that. When I say do not work on a lead without qualifying is very, very important. And I would say 90 or maybe more than 90% of new agents make this mistake. As soon as they get a lead, they start working on it without qualifying. Qualifying, again, how you qualify, just watch those other videos. So this is basically understanding if the client is ready to buy or sell or rent. So without qualifying, don't work, because you will be wasting your time, you will be wasting your client's time, and they will not like it. Then do not work in other areas. As I said, it is impossible to work in all areas of Dubai. You must focus on, I think, even one area. If you can become an expert, you have done wonderfully good. It would take time to become an expert, but then don't work in other areas. If you get a lead of other areas, okay, you might get excited. Oh, I have got, let's say you are an agent of Marina and you get a buyer of downtown, and you get excited. Oh, I have a buyer who wants to invest 5 million, but he wants to invest in downtown. Let me go and work in downtown. Whereas you are actually a Marina agent. So you may work, but the chances of closing is like negligible, very low. Rather, you give it to your colleague who specializes in that area. Of course, you get some part of the commission, but more importantly, the closing will happen. So if you go, see, clients are all smart. When you are not specializing and you try and pretend that you know everything about that area, then they will know. It will not take more than probably 5 minutes or 2-3 questions for client to know that you are not an expert in that area. So don't try and bluff. Like, this bluff will mean that you are bluffing yourself. So it is advisable or recommended that you pass the lead to your colleagues who work in that area. Then, not using the available resources. Now, everything is available in-house. Nobody will tell you. I think we'll tell you, but we'll not follow up that, okay, are you using this? Are you using this? Are you using photographer for good properties? Are you using the back office staff to help you with the listing? Are you using property monitor to check the transactions? See, all these resources are available, but are you using? Nobody will ask you, but you must use this, because these are the resources. If you don't use the resources which are available to you, I would say is a crime. Don't make this crime. Okay. Not being active on social media, again, is a crime. If you are a knowledge broker of an area, be super active in that area. When we say super active, provide all the information through social media to residents and owners. Okay, not using this social media, because nowadays it's all about social media. If you don't use that, then you will lose out, because most of the agents are using it. So be super active in providing useful information to owners and residents, not just for the property listing. So be active there. There is another thing. Do not have any ego or hard feelings, whether it is clients or your colleagues or other agents. See, this is a big point. We are in a business where we have to accept all the situation. Your personal ego should not come in. Like, when I say ego, you all know what ego is. Like, clients, you need to talk clients' language, what they like. Because again, we don't have a product. We are a mediator. So you will do all the negotiations, keeping your ego aside. All right, just focus has to be on closing. And never have hard feelings with clients. See, clients, they are the people who will give you business, who will write that commission check. So sometimes it will happen. You will come across some clients who are rude, don't talk professionally, don't come on time. See, all this will happen. This is all part of our business, and you have to accept it. There is no other way. So you need to keep your personal feelings, personal egos on the side, and focus on closings. Get along well with the clients. Never argue with clients. See, a lot of times it will happen that a seller will say that, oh, his property is excellent, and then 2 million property will say 2.5 million, 3 million, etc., etc. So there is no point arguing with them. But if you are right, support your argument with documentation or proofs, and then send it to them. Like for example, 2 million property, the owner is quoting 2.5, but you have the documentations to show that it is 2 million. So provide those documents. Unnecessarily arguing with a client doesn't help. Many times, see, we are in the market, we know the process. And sometimes the client will think that, oh, he knows the process better than you. Maybe he's not right, but he has that impression. Then provide him the documentation. See, as per DLD, this is what we have to do. All right, send the articles. Let them understand that what you are saying is right. So unnecessarily don't get involved into an argument with clients. Now, do not work on agent's inquiry. See, what happens is, again, this is very common, which happens. All right. Let's say you are working in downtown and you build a good rapport with other agents. Now, some agent will say that he has a buyer. Okay. If you have a property, fantastic, you will offer that. But if you don't have a property, so should you search for a property for that agent? It's a big no. Never do that. Because see, whatever you will be doing, he can also do. So he's just trying and using it knowingly or unknowingly. So unless you qualify a lead, you talk to the client, do not work on it. Just based on agent's inquiry. Because see, we need to understand, like what you will do is you will try and contact other agents, go through the portals, go through the database. That even that agent can do. So do not get excited and start working on agent's inquiry. Never. If you have a property, fantastic. You offer it, try and close it. But if you don't, then don't work on agent's inquiry. See, basically, you should have either of the party of a transaction direct with you, either a seller or a buyer or a landlord or a tenant. So if you're working on agent's inquiry, it's just like 99.99% of the time, you're just wasting your time. So do not do this. And this is a very common mistake. And then after a couple of months, 3 months, you start feeling that, oh, I'm just wasting my time in this profession. This is not good. Nothing is real. The business is like business doesn't happen. Deals don't close. So this is what will happen when you do not follow what is being mentioned or you don't avoid what is being mentioned. Then avoid relaxing and not working every day. Every day you must work. Like it is like doing a job for yourself, even though there is nobody to report to, but you must work and do not relax. Unless you work every day, you will not see the results. And at the end of the day, you want to see the results. We want to see the results. So we have to collectively work. And whatever is being told, please do that. This is the summary of what all to be done by an agent and what not to be, what is to be avoided. So please follow this. And then if you follow this, we have a promise. What is our promise? If an agent follows all of the above, we assure them of 100% guaranteed results within a period of 3 to 6 months. I've trained many successful agents, and I've seen if they have followed these, then 100% the results are guaranteed. You will be successful. And the amount of business you do will keep increasing, but you have to follow. It's just a matter of time. For some people, it might take 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, worst case 1 year, but 100% you will see the results. Every day if you're working and following what is being told. All right, this is what is the summary of all my sessions. Thank you so much.